Locals living in East Portland have formed a group opposing recent changes to a major stretch of Northeast Glisan Street, spanning 122nd to 162nd Avenues. The $400,000 Portland Bureau of Transportation project included a reduction of car lanes from 2 each way to just 1.
They have taken away 2 traffic lanes. They have pushed the parking out into the area of the street where it becomes now a terrible line of sight issue for us.
Linda C. has been a resident of the area for 20 years. She spearheaded the group of about 10 opposing the changes called the Glisan Commuters Initiative. The group has received the full support of Hazelwood Neighborhood Association.
The concern of this task force, which is a group of Glisan area residents, is that we are not comfortable with the PBOT's rationale for what they've done to Glisan Street.
The changes also define a protected bike lane each way, with street parking acting as a barrier between the bike lane and car traffic. Chris Fisher is another member of the group. He says the rush hour traffic has caused car backups and slowdowns that are a pain for his morning commute across town.
Like I said, before, I'm not against, cyclists or people who ride the bikes. And if somebody does agree with it, I would love to hear their opinion on it also. But I feel that the people who live in this area and who have lived in this area for many years should have a say in it, and it should be taken to a vote.
Portland Bureau of Transportation say they implemented the East Glisan Street update beginning last summer as a measure to improve safety, since the stretch of road is rated as the 4th most dangerous in the city for drivers.
The rationale was really about safety. This is a street that people were dying on, and that's unacceptable. As a transportation bureau, it's our responsibility to make our streets safer for everyone who uses them. And so we need to make changes to allow for that.
5 people have died on Northeast Glisan Street in the last decade, according to PBOT, and dozens more were seriously injured. They're currently crunching the numbers to evaluate whether the recent changes resulted in a safer street.
I just heard back from our project managers working on that, and early numbers seem to indicate that speeds are slowing down, which means that it's getting safer, and we aren't seeing cut-through traffic on neighborhood streets, which was one of the concerns that we had heard from the community.
Some East Portland community members support the recent changes, like the nearby Rosewood Initiative. They're a community improvement nonprofit that has weighed in favor of the lane reduction.
Lane reductions and lane narrowing are proven methods for slowing people down, and it's the speed that is the killer.
Rosewood Initiative Director of Transportation Equity, Kem Marks, says many vulnerable populations who can't drive, such as children and the elderly, were at particular risk for getting hurt or killed with Glisan Street's previous configuration.
These changes will also benefit drivers because people won't be driving erratically like you see on these wide roads where people are speeding, people are tailgating, people are weaving in and out of traffic.
If PBOT's spring evaluation of the initial phase of East Glisan Street update contradict the agency's stated safety goals, they may modify the design, spokesperson Hannah Schaefer says. Chris Fisher of the Glisan Commuters Initiative hopes that reverting back to 4 lanes may still be a possibility.
This is just something they need to reverse and just make it 4 lanes. Like I stated before, we live in an overpopulated city. We have a lot of people that are moving to this area daily, and taking 4 lanes to 2 absolutely makes 0 sense, in my opinion.
Phase 2 of the project is slated to begin summer 2020 and includes updates to Northeast Glisan Street spanning 102nd to 122nd Avenues. Danny Peterson, KOIN 6 News.